Anxiety and depression is a choice. Not a fantastic choice, but still a choice that you make. But perhaps you don't want to hear it from someone with no experience, no qualifications in psychology, philosophy, human behavior, or any of the brain stuff for that matter. So what do the experts say? Someone suffering from anxiety and depression cannot just choose to feel better. We all understand feeling better is the end result. Whether your goal is wealth, health, or relationships, changing the way you feel is the result that you want. But why is there such a focus on something you cannot do? Shouldn't the emphasis be on something you can do? Learning is something everybody can do. Unfortunately, learning is also a choice. Some people choose not to learn. They choose not to heal. That is why learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Hey, don't do it.
Shut up! What do you know of my pain? I'm not listening to you.
How many people right now are thinking the exact same thing as that girl on top of the bridge, contemplating doing something that will harm herself? Shut up, I'm not listening to you. What do you know about my pain? Anxiety and depression's not a choice. Shut up, I'm not listening to you. What do you know about my pain? Coincidence? Or are they walking the exact same path? Same thinking creates same actions create same results. You see, you're allowed to say it's coincidence so you can remain right and I'm wrong. No, Dave, you're wrong, you're a liar, I know the truth, you're not right, I'm right. Yet your feelings are so wrong. I would work more on your feelings than your thinkings because your feelings are the driving force behind all actions. What leads you to the bridge is consistent negative feelings that create so much pain within. They dictate to the mind to look for an opportunity to take me out of this pain. Those feelings are so powerful that the mind doesn't even question whether the command is right or wrong. It just follows through on what the boss told it to do. So your feelings are the driving force. The feelings start your healing process. You need to know you if you're going to become the greatest version of you. I told a woman the other day who was suffering from poor mental health that anxiety and depression is nothing but a choice. And she screamed at me, Dave, what do you mean? You think all these people out here, they're just all pretending? Pretending, huh? Well, to be completely honest with you, ma'am, yes, you are pretending. Because when someone walks past you in the street and they say, hi, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today? And you may reply, oh, good, thank you, or fine, thanks. But in reality, it's the complete opposite. You're just pretending to be happy because it's too painful not to pretend. It's too painful to tell the truth. You're caught up in this lie that makes you go round and round with negative feelings over and over and over again until you end up at the bottom of the bridge and your loved ones are thinking, I thought they were happy. I thought they were happy. I wish they would have told me the truth. I would have helped them. It's our job as a human being to help one another. Well, Dave, you certainly have a strange way of helping people. Hey, be yourself. But that's the pain you leave behind when you connect with this lie, pretending to be happy. My job is to try and help you connect to help within that allows you to take the feeling of sadness and become so much more happier. You see, the world's job is to keep trying to take happiness away from you because it's the ultimate form of love. The reason it does that is because in order to become happy, from feeling sad, you've got to use the gift that you've been given at birth, the love given to you from a creator, if you want to call it that, whatever you believe in. It wants you to connect with that, and I'll show you in this video, so you can use that and have an appreciation for what you've been given to go from sad to happy. You are made in the image of a creator. What the creator's trying to get you to do is its job to create, to take the feeling of sadness to happiness. You can't appreciate freedom without first feeling like a slave. You can't appreciate real love unless you felt unloved. It wants you to have an appreciation for what you've been given and to use it. And by using it, you're being it. It's a form of love, so you're connecting and being love rather than fighting me and fighting love. So you get to make that choice as to what side you decide to put all your efforts into, because the world will keep trying to take happiness away from you. You need to keep trying to become happier, but happiness isn't the ultimate goal. Happiness is temporary. You want to move towards having a love for every moment of your life. And once you get there and have an appreciation and have thankfulness and gratefulness for what you've been given, you will see the love all around you. You will see love, you will see peacefulness, you will see fulfillment, joy, happiness. It's everywhere you look. But you can't see that because your perception is flawed from a lie that you believe in, from an untruth. You align with the Creator's love and use it and be it, or you fight it. And you fight it at the bottom of the bridge. It's a win-lose. There's no in between. You're either using it or not. And I want you to connect with that so you can see that everywhere. If you understand the 7 chakras of the human body, the heart chakra emits a certain color, and a lot of people would think the heart chakra's color would be red. It's not, it's green. The heart color, the color of the chakra is green. It's a form of love. And if you look around me, and I'll get out of your view, maybe you have a better view, how much green do you see around you? It's everywhere. It is everywhere. It's everywhere you look. Love is everywhere you look. And it's up to you to change your perception so you can feel thankful and grateful for what you've been given. It is everywhere. You just need to be that. And hopefully through this video, I can show you how to connect, use it, and make your life a life that you love, which is a simple reflection of what's going on internally, reflected externally. So why do you need to spend more time listening to you? Because most, if not all, your pain comes from you not listening to you. You have a built-in no-fail system called your intuition that guarantees you success. There's no failure possible. The only failure is you not using it or you choosing to not use it. It is an internal guidance compass to happiness that will lead you straight there. It knows happiness because happiness is a feeling, and that is its language, feelings, and that's how it communicates through you. You could call it the language of love. So if you have anxiety and depression, the negative feelings you're giving your intuition are not the feelings it wants to guide you to the greatest version of you. So it sends a simple message to you to please change the way you feel. The message is simple. Change your feelings. Simply take sadness and replace it and change it with happiness. That's all it's asking. And because there's so much love within you, the happiness doesn't even need to be real to start with. Its job is to take a feeling that is not real and make it real for you. That's its job, and you can't even do that. You're not listening to you when you start thinking of ways to change the way you feel. You start listening to other people and what they've got to say. You start popping pills or some potion or some magical formula or smoking, drinking drugs to change the way you feel. You're trying to do your intuition's job. And when your intuition gets mad and angry at you trying to do its job, you become mad and angry. A mirror image of the internal pain that's going on within through your thinking. Where is the word thinking and change your feelings? It's simple. So with Dave's therapy, you're taking time out for you to change your feelings, to change the feelings from the ones that you don't want to the ones that you do want. Very simple. It's listening to you. It's caring for you. It's owning the moment. Anthony Robbins said it best when he said, it's in our moments of decision that our destiny is determined. The moment is critical. So many people with anxiety live in this moment where they worry about the future. People with depression worry about the past. I had some trauma. Who hasn't gone through trauma and something bad in their life? And they breathe into that. They live into that every moment. That's what's got to change, is the moments. You've got to start owning the moment and start using the time that's been given to you to change the way you feel by listening to you, which is caring for you. It's a very simple process that doesn't need any complication. And it's free to do, and it only takes 10 minutes of your time. Life is very simple. We make choices and move forward. It's as simple as that. And if you're not making progress in the way that you want to feel, and is there any other goal in conquering anxiety and depression than changing the way you feel? Is there any other goal? So if you're not making progress, make a different choice. And my advice would be to start caring for you by listening to you. Life is simple. Make choices and move forward. Imagine denying this love given to you to use to have the life you love. But Dave, they're just trees. No, the beauty that you see outside of yourself is a mirror image of the beauty that lies within you to use. Everything is a simple reflection. Give out positive energy, get positive energy coming back. Give out negative energy, get negative energy coming back so much quicker, because we live in a negative consciousness where it's much easier to blame someone else for how we feel than to use the love given to us to have the life we love, to change our life and become a much better and stronger person through that process. But we deny it. We don't want to accept that that's there for us. And if you look at this outside, the beauty, you'll understand that it's so abundant that it can do everything for you if you choose to use it. And when you do choose to use it, you'll realize that this love is a truth. And that this truth, once realized, you'll understand that you, through your decision making, have created a lot of pain and suffering for yourself. And because that's reflected onto people around you, your friends, family, and loved ones, they have felt that. So you have created pain and suffering for them too. And that is why they say the truth hurts. But when you align with this, you realize that everything is so much easier because it's so natural to connect with it and use it. And if you look around, you'll see that this rainforest is more than a rainforest. It's everything working together in harmony to help each other grow, to grow tall. And that's what we're here for, to help one another. Whether or not they want to accept truth and use it is up to them. But if you open your eyes and you have a look around you, you'll see so many people feeling tired, burnt out, and exhausted. Why? Because this love that's everywhere, they are using their thinking to fight it, to constantly fight. That's all they do, is they fight it. And through that fight lies their exhaustion. Depression to me is 2 words: deep rest. Why do you need a deep rest for? Is it all the fighting you're doing? So don't fight this. To progress, to heal, isn't through fighting. It never is. Healing and progress is through love and having love for yourself. When the path ahead looks really dangerous and you're feeling really uncertain about walking this path because you're so used to a set mindset that has you repeating the same old results and the same old feelings and the same old you, and someone like me comes along and says, hey, I want you to expand the love within, you might feel a little lost. Anytime you're in a rainforest and you're lost, stand still. The bushes and the trees ahead are not lost, you are. And if you are in a rainforest and you stand still, you allow the rescuers to find you. So many people think that the busier they are, the less pain and the less problems and trouble they have. No, you don't want to be like that. That's like being out here and running around trying to get help when I'm low on water today and I'm miles from my car. I'm going to get myself into a world of trouble. You stand still, let rescuers find you. Stand still, let love find you. All you have to do is listen to yourself, and that's the therapy I'm going to teach you in this video. That doesn't cost a cent, and it only takes 10 to 20 minutes of your time, where you are standing still or lying down listening to you, and that enables you to appreciate the moment that you have. And by expanding that love and that form of appreciation, you're going to have more to be appreciative of. A simple choice that comes back to your ability to care for you by listening to you. Congratulations on making the choice to move forward. But in order to move forward at the fastest possible rate, we need to let go of all the mental baggage and luggage that we carry around within our mind. That mental baggage and that mental luggage is old thinking that's not working for you. The type of thinking that says, oh, Dave, curing anxiety and depression is a lot more harder and a lot more complicated than you make it out to be. We need to let go of that thinking. We need to let go of moving towards complication and moving towards simplicity. In the Bible, we talk about seek and you shall find. Wherever you look is the path that you're going to go. So if you're looking for complication in healing, you find it. If you're looking for complication in your relationships, you find it. If you're looking for complication in your finances, you find it. Seek and you shall find. It really is a lot easier than what you think. And I had to work that out for myself because I went through close to 12 years of being in pain every day, where I thought this pain would last forever and then I'd never be happy again, I'd never be me again. Man, my life's just gonna suck and I'm just gonna have to put up with this pain that's gonna last forever, it's permanent, this is my life. And it was just my thinking that was holding me back. So all I had to change was the way that I thought about things. I had to let go of everything's difficult, everything's complicated, everything's so hard. It's when in fact it's the complete opposite. I had to let go of that thinking. And letting go is one of the greatest forms of love there is. It's letting go and saying, hey, I'm going to trust what I have within me rather than looking external from yourself. And the problem with so many people when I teach this therapy, because it's so unusual, they're afraid of doing it. And the therapy, Dave's therapy is really the art of being yourself through listening to yourself. Because only through listening can you learn, only through learning can you stop repeating the same mistakes. And when you're learning, you're progressing, and through your progress is your happiness. So it's so important that you listen to you, and that's what this therapy is all about. But when you're not used to doing that, you'll be fearful. So when I show you the therapy you need to do at the end of this video, you'll be left with two choices, complication or simplicity. And because the program is you being you, It's a choice between complication and you. And in that moment of decision where you decide whether or not you're going to do this therapy, you can only choose one thing. That's why I go back to the previous talk where I talk about owning the moment, and in your moments your destiny is determined, because in the moment you make your decision, complication or me, you're going to move towards that. And what is the end result of curing anxiety and depression? To change the way you feel, for you to feel better. Not complication, it's you. So don't look outside of yourself and listen to what other people got to say. It's you being you need to get better at. So that's why we own the moment. We have to own that moment. You'll get to the end of this video and go, should I do this therapy or not? And you'll live in fear, and the other side will be love. The other side will be freedom from you staying in the same spot by changing the way you think. And that's where your power lies, in letting go of thinking. In martial arts, we talk about letting go of thinking. We understand that through our breath, we can empty our mind. And when we empty our mind, there's no interference of thinking in the punch. The punch just is the punch. You're not thinking where you start from. You're not thinking where you finish from. The punch is the punch. There's no interference in the power, because it's just the punch. And happiness is just happiness. Peacefulness is just peacefulness. It's as simple as that, but it only becomes simple when we let go of thinking. We call it economy of motion. You're not wasting effort on something that's not needed to get to the result. Change the way you feel. So a lot of people will be hesitant. They'll be fearful, really fearful. You don't want to be fearful. You want to have a foundation where you're going to try something new for you. And through that, you find your simplicity. It really is that easy, but letting go. Sorry, swan, I can't feed you because it's got to go on water. Otherwise, you'll choke on it. Letting go of the way you think is your first step. You can already see signs that your thinking's not working. So you need to let go and see, hey, this is not working for me. I need to change my mindset. I need to let go of what I'm holding on to that's holding me back and keeping me from progressing. And as I said before, progress comes through learning, which comes through listening. You need to get better at listening to you, and that's all you need to do. It really is that simple. And if you listen to people, sometimes they give you their answer. You know, they're talking about, oh, Dave, it's more complicated than that. Oh, I've got this problem in the past. I've got this problem today. I've got this problem in the future. Their minds are running at 1,000,000 miles a second. The art to being yourself is listening to yourself. How can you listen to you if your mind's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour? The answer is you can't. People's answers are given to them from them. Listen to the way that they breathe. Oh, they're out of breath. Listen to the way they talk. They're angry and you can feel their efforts. You can feel their thinking. You can feel where they're headed. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in and relax. And let go of what you're carrying around with you. So let's go into the next video where I talk about who you are and why you keep repeating these same mistakes and you stay in this loop over and over and over again. How to break free from that loop forever and change your life forever. And it really is that simple. So let's look at why people are complicating their life so much more than it needs to be. The human mind consists of two main thinking minds. The conscious mind, a critical and logical thinking mind, making up 5% of who you are, and your subconscious mind lying beneath your conscious mind, which represents 95% of who you are. It is your connection to your intuition. And as I've told you before, your intuition guides you on the path to happiness via feeling. It communicates via feeling to you to change the way you feel. The subconscious is a non-rational thinking mind. In other words, things don't need to make sense. Its job is to take a feeling that is not real and make it real for you. So if you're not happy, its job is to make you happy. And when you're running a subconscious mind program, often Happiness becomes on autopilot. You don't even try to be happy, you just are, because that's what you're giving yourself. What goes around comes back around. And it can be any feeling you choose. What the subconscious mind sees or hears, often it believes. What it's listening to you is its language, feeling. So if you're giving it feelings, it's hearing that. As long as it's often, it believes that's what you want more of, and it moves you towards that. So if you're poor and have no money, and you have been giving your subconscious mind feelings of being poor often, it believes that's what you want more of, I'll move you towards that. If you suffer poor mental health and you're sad often, that's what the subconscious mind believes you want more of, and it moves you towards that. That's why it's so important to include positive feelings in your subconscious mind program to move you to where you want to be or how you want to feel. It is a choice to incorporate both minds, as both are needed. You need to include everything that you have to get everything that you want or become everything that you can be. You need to combine both, but it also needs to be a choice that you make to include a subconscious mind program. Otherwise, you're going in conscious mind and you're repeating these loops after loop after loop, because it's such a limited mindset. It can only do so much for you, and you'll feel as if you're missing out on life and there's something that you need to do but you're not doing it. This will always care about you. This will always say, hey, come home. Home is where the heart is. I believe it's the connection to your subconscious mind, and let me help you. But you're staying in a critical and logical thinking mind, thinking of things that need to make sense, when it's the complete opposite. It's the non-rational thinking mind that will do all the work for you. And that's why I talked about letting go previously, because you need to do that to incorporate a subconscious mind program to realize how easy life can be for you. So hopefully now you understand it's the job of your subconscious mind to change the way you feel, and every goal that you will ever have and ever set, whether it's wealth, health, or relationships, the ultimate goal is to change the way you feel. And if you use your feelings, you get to your destination. So we understand how the subconscious mind does that. What about the conscious mind? Why are so many people suffering from anxiety? The job of the conscious mind is like a radar on a ship. Its job is to scan your environment and look out for problems or challenges in your progress to furthering yourself. So its job is to constantly scan your environment and look for problems. So if you stay in the conscious mind environment, you're forever worrying about where the next problem is coming. When's my next problem coming? There'll be a problem after that, and a problem after that, and a problem after that, because that's its job, to care about you, to look for challenges or problems in your path to progress. So you can't complain about having a conscious mind that constantly scanning your environment looking for problems. It becomes your problem if you're only using conscious mind, because you're going to be forever worrying about problems in your future. And what do people with anxiety worry about? The future. What's tomorrow going to bring? Perhaps tomorrow's not going to work out for me. The future looks bleak. I shouldn't try. I should just give up. You know what? Perhaps you should give up. Perhaps you should give up relying on only your conscious mind and start incorporating a subconscious mind program to lead you towards happiness. Because where's the next problem here? Where's happiness? Where's happiness on this board? If all these are problems and challenges, where's happiness? Where's the way that you want to feel? Where's happiness, peacefulness, freedom? You can't find it here, because feelings are not its language. It can't compute feelings. Only your subconscious mind can. That's its language, feelings. It doesn't understand feelings, so you're not going to find happiness here. And so many people do. So many people use the same thinking to solve their problems that created the problems. The mindset needs to change. The environment where you think from needs to change. Change from a conscious mind to a subconscious mind. Fall about 1.5 feet. This will catch you and lift you up higher to where you fell from. But you've got to trust it. But that's what your conscious mind is all about. Scanning your environment, looking for problems, and constantly doing that. If you're going to constantly live there, you're going to be constantly worrying. That is a choice that you made to not run a subconscious mind program. And the quicker you own up to taking responsibility for how you feel now and in the future, the faster you heal. So I'm going to show you how you can break free from the loops that you keep running over and over again that can cause depression. And I use relationships in this example. So you're single and you're feeling unloved, alone, afraid, hurting, crying, disconnected, not deserving love, depressed, not feeling like you're good enough or pretty enough, and blaming yourself. So all these feelings you are giving your subconscious mind, often because it cares about you, what it sees or hears, often it moves you towards having more of these feelings. That's the first loop that you're running. What you really want to feel is love, respect, appreciation, joy, affection, fulfillment, feeling cared for, trust and commitment. But do you expand upon the feelings you want more of, or do you go back to using a logical, critical thinking mind? You don't go within. You don't choose to go within where the help is. You go back to the same loop using logical, critical thinking mind. Is there anyone around me? Is there anyone around me at work, at school, at a club, at a coffee shop, at the gym, or online dating? It's always outside of yourself, isn't it? It's never you, is it? It's never how you want to feel. It's this logical, critical thinking mind that has you running loops, because the subconscious mind is a feelings-based mind, a non-rational, non-logical thinking mind. The greatest thing about the subconscious mind is that you don't need to know who's going to love you and who you're going to love. It already knows. And how do you form the greatest relationship with anyone else in this world? You need trust and commitment in that relationship. And therefore you need to trust and commit to your subconscious mind to give you the feelings you want more of, which is your goal. You end up giving your goal. It starts with you, starts with these feelings, and it ends with these feelings, which is your goal. It's all you, but it comes down to a choice. Are you going to keep running the same loops via a logical thinking mind, or are you going to use an illogical thinking mind and let it do the work for you? It's a choice that you make. You can make life easy or you can make life difficult and keep running these loops because it makes sense to you. It doesn't need to make sense to your subconscious mind. It's just asking for love. It says, hey, can you make a commitment to me and I'll make a commitment to you to help you out? It's the greatest deal there is, but you think too much. You overthink it. You go back to the same thinking. That's not working. And what did Albert Einstein say? We cannot solve our problems with the same mindset that created them. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same things, expecting a different result. The result already lies within you. Make the choice to use what's already within you. Start caring for yourself more and have that reflected around you. So here we go, loop to loop, using money as an example that can cause depression. So you are feeling poor, flat broke, stressed, you're stuck, you're feeling like a slave. You're nervous, fearful, and worried about the future. You're angry and frustrated at your lack of progress. You're feeling worth less. The conscious mind thinking that has created those feelings, and the first loop is you're giving these feelings back to your subconscious mind, and that subconscious mind is giving these feelings back to you as a form of love. So do you break free from that loop and go in? Or do you go back to using logical, critical thinking, going, maybe I'll ask for a pay rise at work, get a second job, maybe I'll work smarter, not harder. Maybe I'll invest, go to school, re-educate myself, or maybe I'll save money. I'll try and save more money. Think about these things. Asking for a pay rise. How many people have actually added value to the company they work for? So do they really deserve a pay rise? I'm not trying to sound mean, but what you're doing running a subconscious mind program is you're adding value to you. You're constantly doing that. So you have things in life that are of value to you. You have more of them. Asking for a pay rise when you haven't added value, sorry, as an employer, I wouldn't give that unless you've shown me what you've done for me. Saving money. Why, when you're contracted, are you trying to contract even more? In a fight, if you're feeling contracted and you contract more and don't expand more, you're going to feel defeated. You've got to expand when you're feeling contracted. You've got to expand the feelings you want more of. It should be a natural progression, is when you're down is to fight, is to move forward, not go backwards more, not contract more, but to expand more. So those are the feelings you want more of, to feel free, freedom, control, happy, excited, motivated, fun, relaxed, calm, cheerful, and enthusiastic. Expand upon those feelings, because you don't need to know the job that you're going to do that's going to give you the money you love and the life you love. You don't need to know that. The subconscious mind already knows it. Again, we go back to the relationships. All you have to do is have trust in this and commit to it and be patient, because your goal happens over time. It doesn't happen overnight. These feelings guide you towards the job that you love, that'll give you the money you love. I didn't realize that what I'm doing now for a job is what I would be doing. I thought I'd just be fitness training, boxing training, doing martial arts and massage therapy. But this is showing me who I am, and it leads me to the money that I'd love. You gotta let go of this conscious mind, logical, critical thinking mind, where everything needs to make sense to you. The biggest lie told to mankind at an early age in school is that everything needed to make sense. Because by doing that, they can shut off the subconscious mind, which gives you control over your life, control over the way that you feel. By shutting that off and saying that everything needed to make sense, you can get people in the same loops, and you can get everyone in the same loop by shutting off what the Creator gave you, a form of love. That is the greatest control measure you can implement. Getting people to believe that everything needed to make sense, then you can create this loop, and when they're feeling like that, then you can add your pharmaceuticals, your smokes, your drinks, and your drugs to try and solve a problem where your subconscious mind can do it for you. Easy for me to say. So you don't need to know how to make money. You just need not to know you. You need to be you. Expand upon this, and then watch all these feelings disappear, which gives you your goal. Pretty simple, but again, it comes back to a choice to use what you have within you, or go back to running the same patterns over and over again. It's got to drive you crazy. Make a different choice for a different life. So let's look at the final loop-de-loop, poor mental health, creating anxiety and depression. So the first loop that you run is by choosing conscious mind thinking, the logical and rational thinking mind. Because thinking that doesn't make sense makes no sense to you. So all the thinking that you're doing, the logical and critical thinking, is overthinking, and it's creating negative feelings. Your body's way of saying, hey, please change the way you feel. So all these negative feelings, feeling unhappy, afraid, defeated, lost, alone, broken, hurt, crying, worried, hopeless, worthless, helpless, and overwhelmed. This is the second loop that you're creating. You're giving those feelings to your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind cares so much about you, it gives those feelings back to you as a form of love. Dave, you're sounding like a broken record. Yeah, but I'm not the one broken. The third loop is because your subconscious mind cares so much about you and loves you so much, it's saying, please change the way you feel. The feelings you're giving me are not the ones that I want to guide you to the greatest version of you. But you don't listen to that. You go back to your comfort zone, conscious mind, with all the logical and critical thinking, the thinking that makes sense. What's a pill, potion, or some magical formula that can get me out of this pain? Maybe I'll go for a walk on the beach, eat well, meditation, exercise program, and set goals. And round and round and round and round and round you go in conscious mind. Yes, going for a walk, eating well, meditation, exercise program can help make you feel good, but where's the trust? Where's the appreciation or the love for what you've been given to have a life that you love? If you're going to create a great relationship with anyone in this world, including yourself, you need to trust yourself. You need to believe in yourself. Where are your beliefs located? Subconscious mind. What's the language of the subconscious mind? Feelings. The fourth loop that you're running is you choose not to do this because everything needs to make sense to you. You go back to conscious mind, the logical and critical thinking mind, where everything needs to make sense. The greatest con ever sold to people in therapy. Said who? Said who? Who was the therapist? Who was the psychologist, the philosopher that said, in therapy, everything needs to make sense? Who said that? I'll save you a lot of pain and time. No one. You're only making that up in your own mind. It's a figment of your imagination. The next loop, the fifth loop that you choose to go back to ignoring you. You just for some reason don't care about you, and you just love not listening to you. You're feeling overwhelmed because now you're doing the job of your subconscious mind. You're doing jobs you don't have to, and the subconscious mind gets angry and frustrated at you trying to do its job like you would get angry and frustrated at someone trying to do your job. And that anger and frustration is now externally reflected in the way that you feel. You're overwhelmed because you're doing the job that you don't have to do. And there's your sign that you don't have to do it, but you're not even listening to you because you don't care about you. If you're going to break these loops, you need to start caring more about you. You need to choose to start your race or your journey from a different point. If you start with your subconscious mind, an irrational, non-logical thinking mind that represents 95% of who you are, if you start with more, you will have more. You're starting with less, you're achieving less, and it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't, if I can speak properly. It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. But in reality, it's better the devil you know than the God who loves you. That's gotta hurt. And I don't care who you are or how much money you've got. If you're going to ignore the love given to you to have a life you love, you're going to be in pain. Break the loop, start with the love, and have a life that you love. Before I move into the next part of this video, which shows you your program and how to achieve any goal that you want, which is a feeling, I just want to talk about trauma because so many people have asked me, Dave, what advice do you have for someone going through trauma? So trauma isn't something that happens to you, it's what happens within you. It's how you internalize it. And when I went through mine, I didn't have the ability to cope because I simply didn't have the preparation needed to overcome obstacles and challenges in my path. I didn't have the feeling of being in control of the way I was thinking and feeling. So 3 feelings that you'll run in your program at the end of this video, if you choose to run your program. You will need the feeling of control, being in charge of the way you think, forgiveness, and thankful. Especially thankful. Not thankful to the person that may have harmed you, that caused you a lot of pain, but thankful to you. Thankful to you that you are now listening to you more, you are caring for you more, and that is helping you to heal. You're showing you that you're important. How many people feel thankful for having you in their life? How many people respect you? How many people love you? And if there isn't a lot of that, then perhaps you should make a choice to start doing that for yourself. When you go through trauma and you're down and out, you will feel worthless. When you expand these feelings, you're adding value to you. You're showing you that you are important to you by listening to you, which is caring for you. That is adding value to you, so you will feel worth more, a lot more. Trauma to me is like a cut on your finger. What a lot of people do is they wrap that cut up and relive that experience over and over and over and over again. Negative thinkings, negative feelings, negative thinkings, negative feelings, negative thinkings, negative feelings. They build a wall to stop them from feeling pain. What that cut really needs is to let go of all that bandages and give it some life. Give it some oxygen. Life is light, light is love. Open that cut up, open it up, But you can't do that if you're not running a subconscious mind program. One of the benefits of running a subconscious mind program is that bandages get taken off for you. The subconscious, unfortunately, will tear you down before it builds you back up, because it has to start from a strong foundation. No stronger foundation than love. So brick by brick, it takes that wall away for you over time. That's why you need to run patience in your program too. You need to be patient. This takes time before this does this. And this light expands. So many people going through trauma, it feels so dark, but it's not really darkness. What it really is, it's an absence of light. There's no light. There's a wall stopping that light from coming out. That darkness really isn't darkness, it's just no light. And when you open yourself up to this, there's so much light, but it isn't light. There's so much light, but it isn't light. There's so much light, it's not light, it's the absence of darkness. There's no fear, there's no negative thinking, there's no negative feelings, because it's not part of your program. You're not what happens to you, you are what you do repeatedly. So you become the feelings that you choose to run in your program, and you can become anything you want to. There's so much light, there's just no darkness. I can try and get my therapies into school. I can start doing my charity and helping people with cancer. I can start doing my martial art film and making some movies. I can do anything without the absence of darkness or fears or negative thinking stopping me, because the subconscious mind is trying to show me, hey, you're running out of time. You don't have time to think negative. You don't have the luxury of a negative thought. I'm going to get you moving. Next thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. Momentum, 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 till you're feeling unstoppable to achieving anything you want, because it's getting done for you rather than you thinking of how to do something. That's the power of a program, is that it can save you so much time. There is so much light, so not so much light, such an elimination of all fear and darkness, that you become empty in your mind. Dave, you have no brain anyway, what are you talking about? Not an emptiness where, like when you go through depression and you're void of feeling, but an emptiness of no negative thinking, an emptiness of fear, an emptiness of everything that could stop you from being the greatest version of you. You're so empty in thought. I know it sounds weird, but it's such a great feeling to be able to be like that, to feel like that. So to me, all poor mental health can be summed up in two words: spiritual disconnection. When you're connected to this, you know the truth, because truth is love, and you can see it for what it is. So many people want to moan and complain about having this, because they've got a choice out of two pains. Remember, life is simple. We make choices and we move forward. So you have the pain of going round and round in circles with these negative feelings, or you have the pain of connecting to love within. Because it's painful to you, because you're uncomfortable and you're not sure about how this is going to affect your life. So you have to choose your pain. I would choose love, because you already know what it's like to go round and round in circles. You're wasting time. You're wasting a lot of time. And if this was in schools, it'd be a lot easier for everyone to understand how easy you can overcome trauma or anything. I had a situation the other day where some parents were going to bring their daughter out of school because she's getting bullied. You don't need to change her environment. You need to change the young girl's environment she thinks from. Because she's getting bullied, the negative thinking's creating negative feelings. Remember, feelings create a subconscious mind belief. She has a false negative belief that getting bullied and someone saying she's fat on social media, that she needs to harm herself or end her life. If we replace or change the environment she thinks from for as little as 5 minutes a day, we can expand these feelings as a form of love. These feelings create a positive self-belief. And remember, beliefs dictate thinking, actions, and results. So we can actually change, even though the bullying is bad, we can change her perception of what it means to her, and she'll take positive actions. She'll become stronger. People around her will see it and feel that too. They will stand up for her, and the situation will take care of itself. Again, love conquering all. All means all. It all means all. Trauma, depression, no money, no love, relationships, overweight, you name it. It's an inbuilt no-fail system. The only failure is you choosing not to use it as the only possible failure. So there are a lot of benefits in overcoming trauma through a subconscious mind program. You won't get that through your other therapists because they can't be trained in something that's limitless or you can't find in a book. It's found within you. And there are whiners and winners. A whiner needs to feel good before they do something. A winner just does it in order to feel good. There are times that I don't feel like going to the gym, but I go anyway. I just do it. And when I finish later on, I feel good. Thanks, helicopter. Some tourists checking out the coast. Welcome to paradise. Whiners and winners. At the end of this video, you're going to be left with a choice. Should I do it or not? And you'll whine and complain about needing this or needing that. You don't need anything, you just need you. It doesn't cost anything. Winners will just do it. They just do it in order to feel good. Make a different choice. Choose you. Choose life. Albert Einstein once said, if at first it does not seem crazy, then there's no hope. Why? Because hope is a feeling, and feelings are the language of your subconscious mind, an illogical, non-rational thinking mind. The mind that you would call crazy. The mind that takes a feeling that is not real and makes it real. Well, where's the proof, Dave? That's crazy. But that's where you find hope. See, Einstein was smart. In order to create something new or something out of nothing, you start with a hunch, an intuition, a feeling. And when that feeling becomes strong enough, through that feeling, ideas come through conscious mind of making that feeling possible, of making it a reality, of becoming and feeling successful. Through that feeling come the ideas to create that invention. And through your feelings that you run often in your program come the ideas of how to heal and how to have anything in your life that's going to make you happy. Through the feeling. Starts with the feeling, finishes with the feeling. You become what you feel often. So I hope that you choose hope. Or what am I saying? You already don't choose hope. And you already know how that feels. So I sincerely hope that you choose hope. So when is the best time to do your program and change your life forever? So it's so important to understand that our subconscious minds are receptive to reprogramming at certain times of the day. Our brains, or what brains we have, operate at different speeds and frequencies throughout the day, and they are called brainwave cycles per second, and they are measured in hertz. So while we're sleeping, we're in the delta phase. When we wake up, we're a bit scatterbrainish. Where's my coffee? We're in the theta phase. Alpha is the first 20 to 30 minutes after you wake up. That is when you are creative. Beta phase is when you're working and studying. Although I have seen people working in the sleeping phase. Gamma is in the middle of your day and you're pushing conscious mind to the limit. You've got 1,000,001 other things on your mind. So the two times to create change is when you are feeling creative. So alpha becomes the times you do your program. The first 20 to 30 minutes after you wake up, the last 20 to 30 minutes before you fall asleep. Now, to add in some extra information, working with top athletes, they are running a third program. They are lucky enough, unlike us, to do a workout or do meditation or go to the gym or go for a swim or go fishing in the middle of the day in order to feel relaxed, which is the key to opening up your subconscious mind and working with it. So they're running a third program. And then they're doing a workout in the evening, feeling relaxed after that, doing another program, and then another program before they fall asleep. What it's telling me is your subconscious mind knows where you are. So if you are depressed and you're not moving and you're just staying in your bed all day or all night or whatever, it'll get you crawling. From a crawl to a walk, from a walk to a run, and from a run to a sprint. And that's why athletes can throw as many programs as they want to. They're already running. The subconscious mind gets them sprinting, and an athlete will know that it's a combination of both conscious mind and subconscious mind that allows them to play to 100% of their potential. And what's interesting is the more they care for themselves, the more love they have for themselves, the more love they have for their sport. And when you love and enjoy your sport more, you play to a higher level and you get a higher paycheck. So it's not about the money, it's the foundation that's most important, putting the love first. And if people understood, instead of trying to maximize their day and doing 1,000,001 other things that's not themselves and failing and not getting the results they want, you get your foundation right. You get a love for yourself and have that expanded. That'll cancel out all the other things that you're doing that's failing. If you can understand this time is only 10 or 20 minutes that's needed, the subconscious mind knows there's enough on your plate already. You don't have 2 hours to do yoga and meditation, positive affirmations and creative visualization. You don't have that time. There's enough on your plate. You're too busy. It's saying, give me 10 or 20 minutes. That's all I need. I'll change your life forever. That sounds like a good deal for me. So get comfortable, connect, and start caring and have that reflected all around you. The beauty that lies within, you'll see the beauty all around you. So start caring. Because you're working with your subconscious mind, which is unlimited and has an unconditional love for you and everyone else on this planet, and the plants and the flowers and the dolphins I just saw, it is unlimited in what it can do. So here are 2 options to design and run your program. The first one is the free one. Just write out a list of feelings you want more of and say these feelings out loud in the times that I told you in the previous video. I am feeling happy. And just leave a gap before you move on to the next feeling to feel the feeling. Now, there's a lot of people who are sad and depressed. They say, Dave, I can't even feel happy when I say it. Boy, oh boy, I feel really sorry for them. So, when you're working with your subconscious mind, if you can just knock on the door, over time, it can hear that and it comes to open that door for you and it gives you the feeling of happiness. Ask and you shall receive, but this time you're asking with feelings. I'm running a program right now that's based a lot on happiness and feeling motivating and empowering and helpful and kind and enjoying myself. And when a stressful situation comes along that usually would worry me or stress me out, I'm actually happy and I'm laughing because the program that I'm running, the feelings that I'm incorporating into my program are coming through me 24/7. They're not stopping. They seem to have a life of their own. So they come through all the time. So I'm not trying to be happy. I just am all the time without any effort. And that's what you'll find over time when you too run your program. So that's the free one that you can say out loud. You only need to do it for 5 or 10 minutes. And the real change that takes place is the change in your self-talk. When I listen to people who are sad and depressed, boy, it really depresses me. They're listening to voices inside their head where they are talking to them about ending their life. And it's really interesting to me. I'm not saying it's positive or it's really good, but they are listening to themselves, talking to themselves to end their life. So their self-talk needs to change, but they never do that. And that's the power of this program, is you are talking in a different way to yourself, therefore listening and caring more for you that will stop you from doing harmful behavior. And this program, yes, it takes time, but your self-talk is the only thing that really needs to change because you're listening to that, and listening's caring. So the other program is to use your phone, and I have a pair of headphones when I run my program. I put my headphones on and just zone out. I'm in a completely different world when these are on. So you can just get a recording device on your phone and record the feeling, I am feeling happy. Leave a 5, 10, 20-second gap into your next feeling, I am feeling peaceful or grateful. And if you're uncomfortable listening to yourself when you're starting out doing this program, add some background music, but nothing like heavy metal or pop or rock or whatever. Just something that's like waves crashing on a beach, or some piano, or something relaxing that enables you to relax, let go, and try and feel the feeling. And again, if you can't feel it, over time you will. So those are the two programs. I am designing an app on your phone, because when you do this program and you leave a gap between each feeling, you'll need to run the program on your phone when you design it. It'll take you 10 to 20 minutes just to run one program. My app will be able to do it for you in 2 or 3 minutes, and the app will help you align with you more quickly, and it's a better way of doing things. So that will be available soon, especially if davestherapy.com and some of my videos get a few more views. You'll have the app before you know it, and you'll be feeling a whole lot better before you know it. So those are the two programs. That's a gift you give yourself when you're running feelings and then the feelings are running you. You chose how you want to feel in the future, and you've given yourself that. That's why it's all on you, and you don't want to listen to too many people in life. You really want to spend time listening to you and caring more for you. Eventually you'll start listening to more people and helping more people out, because that's just love wanting to expand itself. But you need to start with you first. You need to put you first, and everything else will come from that. And remember, it's only 5, 10, 20 minutes. You should be able to make time for you. So start caring more for you. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video and putting up with me. Hopefully something I've said has connected with you, and you felt like now you know how to connect with something that's always been nagging at you to use, but you just simply didn't know how to connect with it and use it to reach your goal, which again is the way that you want to feel. I'm here sitting on this tree because I want to talk about something that's often neglected in motivational therapies. We're all about seeing the light and being the light and achieving your money and your physical and mental health and your love and relationships and all the wonderful things in this world, but we seem to neglect and skip over the most important part of growing. And we all marvel at this tree and how big, tall and strong it is, but we don't see the real beauty of its effort to care for itself by sending its roots down as deep as they possibly can through the darkness in order to provide this foundation to grow. We don't see that beauty. That's where it started from. It didn't start from up there. It started down there. It started through its effort to force those roots down into that darkness. And life to me is 2 words, light and force. May the force be with you. So in order to have the life that you want, you too need to force yourself to do this work in your darkness. That darkness is your fears about doing a program that has no data, no references, and no proof of working. No one else you know is doing it, and you're uncertain. You've got all this fear and darkness in your mind of doing this program that I'm talking about that's going to see you grow and enable you to see the light. And when you get to the top, you'll realize you're able, just like a tree, to provide protection for other small trees to grow tall and strong too, to help one another out. It's all working in harmony. So you've really got to start with your darkness first. Forget about the light and your goals and everything else. You need to focus on the feelings you want in the moment. You expand on that, and you do that when you're uncertain. You do that in your darkness, and through your darkness, you're able to see your light. It's very simple, but we neglect the dark. We don't talk about conquering the dark and how to do that. So it's so important you get your start right. You start with you start with your fears. Perhaps you want to call your fears your friends, because if you go through that fear, those fears disappear. And that fear, once conquered, you can see that was your ignition, your starting point to grow tall and strong, so the whole world can see your light and feed off your light too. So a lot of my time is spent in business and one-on-one sessions online, and the email address if you want to contact me is right here somewhere. And I also spend a lot of time working with people for free, and that email address is here if you need help with your program for free. A lot of people, and it's sad to say, they don't know how they want to feel in the future, and they don't know the feelings to incorporate in their program. So I can help you for free in that by contacting me at that email address. It's all very simple, and there are other videos at theyretherapy.com that can help you out. But if you need free help, don't hesitate in contacting me. It doesn't matter who you are or what you want to achieve. If we can all help one another out, we can all make this world a better place to live in. And you'll see that the beauty that lies within you is reflected all around the world, just from the simple effort of caring for other people. But don't forget that you can't grow tall and strong without making an effort to care for yourself first. It can't come from someone else because no one else has your feelings. No one else can expand on the feelings that you have that you want more of. It's always on you. Everything in this world is a choice that you make. Everything. If you're running from that knowledge or running from making that choice and being truthful with that, you're running from you. And one sure sign is, how tired are you feeling? Don't run from that. Don't run from everything being a choice. Make the choice. Make the choice like this tree did, to force its roots down because it wanted to grow. It wanted to. Some people, they want money and they want a new relationship. They want to beat mental health. They want all these things, but they don't really want it. They're not doing the work. They're not working through the dark. They're not providing the foundation to grow. Don't be like that. Understand everything's a choice. Getting a bit too pumped up here. I'm just trying to make you understand that it's on you and it can't be on anyone else. It wasn't on anything else for this tree to grow tall. It did it on its own. It believed in itself. It did the work. And you have to too. I got nothing but love for you. You'll get more videos. I love being out here in nature and talking about 1,000,001 different things. So I'll never give up on you. Just make me a promise, you never give up on you. Never, ever give up on you. Run your program, keep running it until you get what you want. DavesTherapy.com. Nothing but love for you.